Welcome back, everybody, to the Varsity Squad show. I'm your host, Sheldon.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Landon.
Guys, we got a full show today of content. We got our recap, our power rankings, our pro sports report, cap or no cap. We're going to start with our recap. Daniel, tell us about the CAA.
All right, starting off with CAA volleyball. Imagine a Superstition was able to go up against, who was it? Pan American, and they won in the fifth and final set, 15-9 to secure the match win. Orm was able to get by American Heritage Academy, Cottonwood, winning the fifth set as well. Phoenix College Prep spared no feelings against Imagine a Surprise, winning the match in just 3 sets. Now going to CAA soccer, Orm and Arrowhead Christian battled for 90 minutes just for the game to end in a 2-2 tie. Dang. Now Tri-City College Prep beat Thunderbird Adventist Academy 5-0. Solid win there. Heritage Academy Maricopa was able to squeeze a win out of Heritage Academy Mesa, winning 2-1. Now Landon is going to take us through the AIA.
Now, in AIA volleyball, Willow Canyon was able to beat Apollo in 3 straight sets. Peoria edged out Dysart playing 4 sets and winning 3 of them. Millennium had no trouble against La Jolla Community, winning all 3 sets. Now for AIA boys soccer. Madison Highland played a great game against Grand Canyon, winning 4-0. Desert Christian played North Valley Christian and won 3-1. Snowflake continues to do great things this season with a big win against St. John's, 6-1.
Wow, a lot of great games going on this week so far. And many more games to come. Now, Landon, you don't play Friday this week. Now you play Thursday. Mm-hmm. So tell me about who you're playing, just the matchup a little bit.
We play Agua Fria.
Okay.
There's a little...
Is that a team in your district?
It is a team in our region, not in our district, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's a little bit of there's a little bit of trouble between us.
Bad blood.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the players. It's more so the coaches that have the bad blood.
Oh, that's right. The 3 coaches that went over, right?
Yeah, and they were talking about our team and saying all this stuff about our team and our players. And that got to our coaches, and our coaches aren't very happy with it. So there's some bad blood between Agua Fria and.
But in terms of players, though, you guys are
between players. There's not really any problems, but I feel like the players on Agua Fria are probably going to use what the feed off of what the coaches are saying and put it into the game. But I think it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, and then Calvin is gonna miss. I think this is the last game he's going to miss, right? He'll be back next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
So you're going to have your backup sophomore quarterback. What's his name? Roman?
Yeah.
He'll be taking over. Is he going to get it done?
He's been doing pretty good in practice.
Good.
There's times where you see that he's still on that JV level, but he's doing great. Like, he's keeping up with varsity and keeping up with all the plays, remembering all the play calls. So, yeah. He's going to do great.
He can step up really big being a sophomore.
Huge.
Being thrown into the game. Hey, you got to play because he played against Canyon View, right? But he suffered a little injury during the game, so he couldn't finish the game out.
Yeah, but he's okay. He's
cool.
He's as a sophomore quarterback, 5 foot. I believe he's 5'9", 140 pounds.
He's pretty little. He can't help it. He's a sophomore playing with. Who's the tallest guy on your team? Would you say?
Josh Macon.
How tall is he?
He is 6'4", 200 and
taller than me, man.
220 pounds, 230 pounds. Or no, he's more than that. He's like 260. Wow. He's a big dude, and he already has 4 offers. He's a big dude.
to hew off the game a little bit, and talk about just the height of some of these young players. I do youth football on Saturdays all day, and I get to see some of these 13U, 12U, 14U teams. And these kids are 6'2", 6'3", and I'm like, how old are you? And he's like, 12. I'm like, man, I was about to ask what kind of car you got. I mean, these kids are. I mean, the future of Arizona sports is looking good with how tall these kids are at all levels. I mean, you look at volleyball. There's some really, really tall volleyball girls or basketball girls that are just. I mean, they're freaks of nature, honestly, and they're.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes them such a. I mean, it gives you such an advantage in those sports.
Yeah, there's girls at my school that play basketball and they're taller than me. I'm just like,
Yeah. I mean, to be able to be tall in basketball is a huge help. If you can run, you can shoot, all those things come together. But height, I mean, that's something you can really train or work on. You got it or you don't. But
a straight lottery right there.
Yeah, honestly.
Straight genes.
Oh yeah. Like, guys, that's gonna wrap up our CAA and AIA recap. Up next, we're gonna go through our AIA and CAA power rankings. So don't go away. Welcome back. Now it's time for our AIA Power Rankings. We're going to start off with football. Number 10, we got Highland with a 4-2 record. Number 9, we have Centennial coming off a win against Sandra Day O'Connor with a 5-1 record. Number 8, we got Notre Dame Prep, 5-1. Still sitting at number 7, we have Castile with a 5-1 record. Still holding down the 6th spot with a 3-3 record, Saguaro. Number 5, we have Pinnacle, who's 5-1. Number 4, we have Hamilton, which is 5-1. Basha, still at number 3, is 5-1. Chandler, 6-0, sitting in the 2 spot. Liberty, still the best team in the state with a 6-0 record. Now for our national football rankings. At number 10, we have North Shore, a Texas team, 7-0. Number 9, we have a team from Arizona, Chandler, they're 6-0. Number 8, we got St. Thomas Aquinas from Florida, they're 7-0. At number 7, we have, I'm going to butcher this name, Chaminade Madonna from Florida. They're 6-0. At number 6, we have Buford from Georgia. They're 7-0. At number 5, we have Bishop Gorman from Nevada. They're 8-1, so they've played a few more games than everybody else. Number 4, we have St. John Bosco from California. They're 7-1. Number 3, we got a team from Florida, Central High School, 7-0. Number 2, we have St. Francis Academy from Maryland. They're 5-0. Still at number 1, we have Mater Dei from California, sitting with an 8-0 record. Now, Daniel, tell us about the rest of our AIA rankings.
All right, AIA girls volleyball. Starting at number 10, we got Cactus Shadows with the 21-4 record. And number 9 is Gilbert with the 21-5 record. In the 8th spot is Horizon, sitting at 25-9. In the 7th spot is Sunny Slope with the record of 23-10. In 6th is Sandra Day O'Connor, 18-5. Now in the top 5, got Perry with a record of 27-7. In 4th is Liberty, 22-5. And coming into our top 3, nothing's changed. We got Hamilton still in 3rd, 29-6. Millennium in 2nd with a 30-4 record. And in 1st, Corona del Sol with a 31-5 record. Now we want to give a huge thank you to Max Preps for putting out these rankings so that we can report them here on the Varsity Squad. Now let's jump over to our CAA rankings. Landon, take us away.
In CAA volleyball, we have number 5, Thunderbird Adventist Academy at 10-1. At number 4, we have Basis Mesa at 11-0. Number 3, we have Heritage Academy Maricopa at 12-1. Number 2, we have Holy Family Academy at 13-1. And strong in the number 1 spot, we have Trinity Christian at 15-0. Now for CAA soccer. At number 5, we have Tri-City Christian Academy at 7-2. At number 4, we have Tri-City College Prep at 7-1. At number 3, we have Empower College Prep at 8-0-1. At number 2, we have Pan American Charter at 10-0. And still in the number 1 spot, we have Ville de Marie at 11-0-1. Now for CAA football. At number 5, we have Heritage Academy Mesa at 6-1. At number 4, we have Imagine That Surprise also at 6-1. At number 3, we have Maryville Prep Academy at 7-1. At number 2, we have Imagine That Superstition also at 7-1. And then the number 1 spot, we have Skyline Prep Academy at 7-0.
Wow, so Imagine Superstition, they were 5 last time with their win against Heritage Mesa. Now they're the number 2 team. What do you guys think about that?
Moving up, dude.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome for them.
now Mesa's sitting at the 5 spot.
Yeah.
They literally just
Swapped.
switched. Oh yeah, we're nearing the playoffs for everything. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think these rankings they're going to change at all?
For volleyball, I'm not seeing much change. Those top 3 have been pretty much locked in the whole season.
Right.
A couple shifting in the middle, but not so much. In football, a lot of the same too. I mean, I'm waiting for all those. I'm waiting for the top 5s to play each other.
Oh yeah,
That's definitely coming up.
I do want to say we just talked about this off air. If Chandler and Liberty play, who's going to win that game? They're the number one. They're the top 2 teams. They're both undefeated. Who's winning that game?
I mean, I want to say Liberty.
But Chandler's a powerhouse.
Team,
I mean,
man.
oh yeah,
You can't ever count them out of it.
I mean, same here. I want to respect Liberty for their number 1 spot and how good they played this year. But number Chandler's, they're every year. So it's like,
tough.
I think it'd be a great game to see. They're both 6A, so we could see that potentially in the championship. We'll see. But that'd be a great game. I mean, that'd be played out. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't know who would win because Liberty is really that good this year. Now, Lynn, I'm going to ask you. You're a player. Do these rankings matter before a game when you're looking at who you're playing or maybe what your rank is?
Well, before a game or just during regular season, I wouldn't say it really matters because, say you're playing a team that's just they're a better rank than you,
Right.
but you could go out and beat them because like it doesn't necessarily matter. But rank only matters when it's getting close to playoffs.
So you think maybe it's, it's used as do you think it can be used as motivation though? That's what I'm saying. Like if you're a player and and you're playing the number 5 team and you're maybe, let's just say, maybe not even top 25. Is that kind of discouraging because they're so good and they're ranked so high, or is it motivating? Like, you know what, they shouldn't be there. We're gonna beat them. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like different people have different mindsets.
Right.
Because there's some people that would take it as motivation and say they don't deserve to be in that spot, but there's another group of people that would say they're too good. We're already losing. We're already gonna lose.
Right.
So you can't necessarily like depend it off of like. So ranking, it's.
I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. I get what you're saying. Certainly, it's a coaching strategy too. Coaches they might let their players know about that, and maybe not. I mean, obviously, the rankings is something that everybody likes to follow because we want to know who's the top dog in the state. But if you're an athlete going into a game week by week, you may not even look because you just want to play the game as if they are the worst team in the state. You know what I mean? You kind of want to have that mindset that you can't lose this game because they're worse than you. So
let's talk about Ville de Marie.
They're
not changing. They're
still 11-0-1. They're still a great team, and again, I don't think they're going nowhere. So can't wait to see how they end up the rest of the season. Guys, that's gonna wrap up our AIA and CAA power rankings. Up next are In the Big Leagues Pro Sports Report. So don't go away. Welcome back. Now it's time for In the Big Leagues Pro Sports Report. We're going to kick things off with our Sun Scoop. Well, guys, the Phoenix Suns had a pretty dramatic offseason, unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons. We had rumors of acquiring Kevin Durant. We had a trade where we were going to lose DeAndre Ayton, then we signed him back. We had the problems with Drake Crowder, with him sitting out, and our owner problems with Sarver. A lot of pressure will be put on Coach Monty Williams this season and 17-year veteran Chris Paul. They will begin their season tonight against the team that blew them out in Game 7 of the playoffs last year, the Dallas Mavericks, led by young superstar Luka Doncic. Now, guys, Suns play tonight, and I already said I think the Mavericks are going to win the game just because Luka is so good, and I think the way that the Suns played in the preseason, it's not a good indicator of a great season. They can still be really good, but not as good as they were last year. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. Now, to kick things off, I think it's fair to do a top 10 NBA players going into this season.
Oh, yeah.
And Daniel, we'll start with you.
Wait, so how do we do this? Start from the bottom, top?
Start from 10.
Start from
10 and go down.
All right. So are we going to alternate too?
Yeah, we'll alternate. Let's do that.
Got you. At 10, this might shock you guys. I got Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets. I respect that.
10.
I got John Morant at my number 10.
I have John Morant.
John Morant too?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even put Jimmy Butler in my top 10, but he's definitely a player that's
he
really,
barely
really
made it on mine. I'm not gonna lie.
He's probably 11 or 12 for me.
Yeah,
who's your 9?
So 9, Devin Booker.
Devin Booker,
Best shooting guard in the league, by the way.
Another player I didn't put in my top 10. I got number 9, Jason Tatum, which maybe for some it may be a little too low, but
I feel like that's
I think there's so much talent in the league. He's number 9 for me.
I got Jason Tatum there too.
Oh my God,
he wrote my list, man. What do you got for 8?
Man. 8, Jason Tatum.
Jason's okay, so you got
he's
spot up for me.
Definitely in there.
I'm gonna get a ton of hate from that. I got Steph Curry number 8.
Oh, bro.
I know he won a ring last year, another one, but he can't play defense. He's a okay passer. He's not LeBron James at passing, and I think he every once in a while have a night where he just can't shoot, and unfortunately when he has those nights, it's really, really rough for the Warriors. That's why he's my number 8. He's the best shooter of all time. There's no question, but defensively he's not much of a help. Who's your number 8?
I got Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. I like it. Coming back off injury.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you got for 7?
7, LeBron James.
Watch yourself. Better watch yourself.
Dude, he had 31 points last night, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, he looked good.
He's still king.
I got Kawhi Leonard at number 7.
Okay.
He was injured all of last year, so this is a big if. But when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league, no doubt. He's the best player in the Clippers, and Paul George is a great, second guy for the Clippers. But they could be a really, really good team this year if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Landon?
I got KD.
Kevin Durant, number 7. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's low for him.
He'd be upset. He'd tweet at you, actually.
Oh, yeah, he would do a little tweet. What do you got, Daniel? For number
number 6.
6.
I got Luka.
Luka,
Oh my
6.
goodness.
And
Why is he so high?
I mean, he beat the Suns.
I just can't
But
believe
it's Luka.
Lost to Steph Curry, unfortunately. But it's Luka, dude.
It is Luka. I got LeBron James at 6.
Ooh.
He could be much higher if he was 10 years younger. Because he's still in his prime, in my opinion. Watched the game last night. Like you said, he had 33, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was great. He started slow, but he's the 6th best player in the league. Landon?
I got LeBron at 6.
LeBron at 6 just like me? So you're just
Yeah.
copying, right?
No. Because I just don't think he really deserves that top 5 spot
Okay.
for coming into the season. So,
Okay.
True.
Okay, now our 5 spot.
All right, top 5. Ooh, it's getting real now.
Oh, yeah. Getting
At 5, I
controversial.
got Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid. I respect
For
that.
obvious reasons, that dude is
He's a
beast.
superstar.
He's a beast.
I got Kevin Durant at my 5 spot. I think if he can stay healthy, which he struggled with the last handful of seasons, when he's healthy, he is arguably the best shooter in the league outside of Steph Curry. He's dude 7 feet tall and he can shoot anywhere and anything he wants. He can get anything he wants. He when he handles the ball, he looks like a 6'3" point guard. I mean, he's amazing. He's a freak of nature, honestly.
Yeah.
Landon, who you got 5?
I got Steph Curry.
Steph Curry at 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's an amazing
Yeah,
shooter.
He is amazing.
He's a shooter.
He is amazing. All right.
Wait, where are we at?
4.
4. I have KD at 4.
Kevin Durant at 4.
Yeah.
So you got he's that good to you. So we're in the same ballpark for that. I got Joel Embiid at 4. I think he's the second best center in the league, arguably the first talent-wise or scoring-wise, and he can get anything he wants as well in the paint. Landon, number 4.
So at number 4, I do have Joel Embiid. I don't know how I'm matching up with him, but
I mean, at least you respect my opinion, I guess. I
just have the same opinion. Not
right. Listen, yeah, that's right. That's
You
right.
like copied it, but like changed
No.
it a little bit, so
Right.
so no one would notice.
Copy and pasted it and just move things around just a little bit. Who do you got at 3?
All right, number 3. I have this dude pretty high. I think Steph Curry,
oh, that's
Best- best shooter ever.
Sure.
He just won a finals MVP.
Yeah. First one.
True. Hey, but
I
he's been robbed.
don't like him that high.
He's
but
been robbed.
I don't like him that high, but I respect your opinion. I got Nikola Jokic, back-to-back MVP winner. Could be a third this year. Who knows? With Jamal Murray coming back. Nikola is a guy who can do anything too. He can shoot the ball as a big guy. I mean, he's big. He can pass the ball. He's one of the best passers in the league. He can rebound the ball just like a great center. Any center can. And his advanced stats last year is what got him the MVP. But advanced stats matter. I mean, his team was generating a lot of wins because of him. Who's your
I got
spot?
Luka at 3.
Luka at 3.
Yeah.
I like that he's high. on your
'Cause I
list.
don't want to put him in top 2, just because he's
Top 2
he's
doesn't
young.
feel right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have him at 3.
Okay. Who's your 2?
My 2 is Nikola.
Nikola. So you got him that high then. Okay.
Yeah, I got him at 2. 2-time MVP. Not gonna be 3. And his team would have gone far in the playoffs.
Had they had Murray.
Yeah.
I got Luka at number 2. I think Luka is the best player, young superstar in the league. I think in a few years it's going to be his league.
He will be number 1.
I'm going to say
I
it
agree.
was Jordan, it was LeBron, and it's going to be Luka next. It's going to be his era.
That's
I
crazy.
think they're starting to build a team around him. They got Christian Wood over the offseason and some other key pieces, JaVale McGee. And I do think in a few years Luka's going to be that guy in the league. Now, obviously, he's going to always have to verse the Warriors in the playoffs. They did last year. But I think I think if Luka can get some guys around him, MVPs galore. I mean, I think Luka's that good. Landon?
So for number 2, it's number 2, right?
Yeah, number 2.
I have Nikola.
Nikola
Yeah, I have a hard time saying his name. Yeah, I have him up there
Okay.
just because back to back, he's a stud.
Okay.
He's a beast.
He
He's
is a
scary.
beast.
He's huge.
And I think we all have the same number 1. I don't know
Do
about
we? Giannis.
Giannis.
Giannis is the
Yeah.
best player in the world right
Best
now.
player in the world. He's so good defensively. He's so good at scoring the ball. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he's been working on his jumper.
Oh no.
And if he can get a consistent jumper,
Oh,
a post up shot, or even if he can find his 3-pointer, it's over.
it's raps.
And like he legit could be in the argument for greatest player to ever do it. If he can get that 3-pointer consistently, I mean, he's another one of those.
That would be insane if he could shoot, 'cause
Yeah.
you can't guard him
For
when he-
defenses, that'd be so annoying because you already can't guard him,
No.
but you can leave him outside of the 3-point line.
Oh yeah. But and they do that sometimes. But last season, he would take a few threes and he'd make a few. That's scary to watch. I mean, that's something that Ben Simmons should be able to shoot the 3, can't. But if Giannis can figure that out, it's over. It's over. They got Chris Middleton on the team, Drew Holiday, and if they can, I like Bobby Portis, but if they can pick up a better center, the Bucks are a team that's going to go really, really far into the playoffs. It's going to be a hard team to stop. And just to throw this out there, who do you guys got for the finals matchup this year? A lot of great teams this year. The East
that's
Conference got
tough.
stacked over the offseason.
Well, it's hard to say, man.
You can't really
Too early?
determine.
It's
Yeah, it's
so
too
hard to
early.
say.
It just started. I mean, you can't.
Well, I'll say it then. I got the Celtics and the Warriors back to back again.
Okay.
I think the Celtics are gonna be really, really good. I think the Nets are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they're gonna be really good too. But we'll have to see. We'll
I
have to wait
can't
and
make
see.
a prediction right now.
Okay, we'll just wait and see, guys. Guys, that's gonna wrap up our In the Bigs Pro Sports Report. Can't wait to see how the Suns do tonight. Up next, cap or no cap, so don't go away.
that you're ballin' when we know that your money tight. Alright, look, niggas be flagging, claiming they ballin', but that ain't the truth. Buddy, you biggin', tell me what happened to making the move. Bro, we know how you do. Man, you look like a...
Welcome back, guys. Now it's time for cap or no cap. And boy, do we have a controversial topic today. Basketball brings more hype than football. Lana, we'll start with you.
Nah, you can go first. It's all you.
No. You had your opinion off screen. What do you got? Is it cap or no cap? The basketball is more hype than
That's
football.
cap. That's the biggest cap I've ever heard.
Okay.
I mean,
What's your reasoning?
okay. So, if someone dunks the ball, right?
Right.
Almost any NBA player can dunk the ball. But if you go to football, it's extremely hard to just get an amazing one-hand catch
Right.
or moss somebody.
Right.
So therefore, it's way more hype. It's way more exciting when they get a bigger catch. So I'm not going to say basketball in general is more hype because it's not. Like,
Okay.
I've been playing football my whole life.
Right.
And
You've never played
and
basketball.
I'm still going, and I see a big play from football, and it's hyped and exciting. And if I'm playing basketball or watching basketball, and I see a big play, I'm like, whoa! But I'm not freaking out like
Whoa.
football is, because football is more exciting.
Okay.
It's more physical, and it's just I can't see the hype in basketball than I do football. What do you have to say, Sheldon?
I'm gonna go to Daniel first. I'm brewing right now.
You're brewing. I mean, I think this one's hard because like when somebody does do a cool dunk or an ankle breaker,
Right.
ankle breaker swish, shimmy swish, everybody gets hype. Everybody.
Yeah, but what about ankle breaker in football?
But
and then
exactly,
scoring?
No one cares.
exactly.
What do you mean no one cares? It's the same thing.
I think it's the same too.
Oh my goodness.
So are you saying cap?
I can't even pick, dude. I'm so on the fence. I'm gonna say no cap.
No cap. Basketball is more hype.
I think basketball's more hype.
Thank you.
I think basketball also has a bigger reach. That's why.
Yeah, it's a global sport. It's not just in the USA. I'm gonna say no cap as well, and it not even a question.
Not even.
When you were saying when you said any NBA player could dunk, what does that even mean, bro? That's just bad. Anybody can dunk a ball. I'm talking about a poster.
Okay.
When someone gets folded like a chair on defense because they just got dunked on, that's not something you just say, "Oh wow, that's so cool." You go crazy.
Okay, you go crazy, but you
go
don't go crazy like you do when you see a person just absolutely moss someone or they get an insanely crazy one-handed catch.
Of course, and I'm not disrespecting anybody who can get that one-handed catch, but since Odell's catch with the Giants, it's become kind of a common thing, and it has become less hype. I will say that the one-handed catch has become less hype in football.
How?
Just because it's more common. It's easy. I wouldn't say it's easier. It's just a more common thing to catch a one-handed. You see a lot of kids these days in a mid-game just try to catch a one-handed just to make the highlight reel. When you're dunking, in your head you're saying, I'm trying to post this guy. I'm trying to embarrass this guy.
Okay.
Again, when you said when you break someone's ankles, you hit a shot and you make it. Man, it's such a difference when you
explode.
Oh yeah, and obviously breaking ankles in football, it's cool.
That happens.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's
It's
cool.
more hype too. Have you heard announcers on the NFL? For example,
It's-
I know. Hold on. I know I'm bashing my Bengals, but there was a play where Lamar Jackson just absolutely folded Bengals defenders,
Right.
and the announcers went crazy.
Yeah.
Now, how can you say it's cool?
Well, because they're not bouncing a basketball between their legs. I mean, they're holding the ball in their hands with they're juking it only with their feet.
Okay,
You
no,
watch a basketball player.
No, and they also have pads on, a helmet on. What are basketball players wearing? Shorts and a jersey.
Short, yeah, sure. But they got to bounce the ball. They can't run with it. It's a travel if they do that.
Okay. But like,
Me and you will never see eye to eye on this because
No.
you never played basketball. I never played basketball, but just as an NBA fan, when I watch the game, I get so much more pumped up seeing a dunk, a deep three, team go on a 10-0 run, rather than the Washington team score a touchdown or have a 75-yard run or a really good throw. I'm a huge Mahomes fan, and seeing some of the things he can do, I'm like, it's crazy. But I'm also a big LeBron fan, and when I see LeBron block a ball, go down, catch an alley-oop dunk, I get pretty hyped. So it's a no cap for me. No cap for you. You're sticking with no cap because you play football and all that.
but like,
Guys,
even if I play football, it's not like.
It's a bias. It's a
All
bias.
that bias.
Oh my goodness. Just,
Guys, that's gonna wrap up our cap or no cap segment for today. It's also gonna wrap up our show. We'll come back on Friday to talk about games that are going on Friday night in AIA football and all kinds of stuff like that. We'll see you then.